ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad hits. Subscribe to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Hot Toys figure review on the Captain America Winter Soldier movie masterpiece MMS 242 1/6 scale stealth Captain America figure. There are two versions of this figure. There's this one right here, which is just the single figure, and then there's a 2-pack that comes with the Steve Rogers, so you can get that one or this one. Either of them you can find at big. Get your big badass toys at bigbadtoystore.com. Click the link in the description below. I gotta give a big thanks to Mr. Budget Stark and MarvelousNews.com for making this review possible. Links in the description below. We have our typical Hot Toys packaging right over here. We get kind of like this glossy look right here for some writing. I like these hexagons all over the place. It's very similar to the Winter Soldier and the Black Widow figures. You know, the packaging is very similar. Then we get some credits to all the people that worked on this piece. Then at the top it says Captain America right there, and on the bottom it says Captain America. And then we can do the Hot Toys plop. Come on now. Come on. Alright, and then we can look at this there. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Yep, that really looks like the figure right there. Yeah, that is the figure. I couldn't tell for a second. Then it says Stealth Strike Suit right there. Then you can remove this. And then, yeah, there's the figure inside. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. So here's Cap out of the packaging and a pretty cool figure. I actually have some mixed feelings about it. When I first opened it, I was pretty disappointed with the figure. And then the more I've gotten to know it, I actually like it more. But then now there's still things that actually just really bug me about it. For instance, like the sculpting on the chest. It looks like he has no chest muscles at all. There's these cuffs right here that bug me. But I really like the articulation on the figure a lot. He has some wonderful ankle pivot. The shield is really cool. I really like this metal shield. I think that is a big improvement from the one I have from First Avenger. And I really like the head sculpt too. But anyway, let's take a closer look at all the accessories and then we'll take a closer look at Cap. Always remember to read your instruction booklet before you take it out of packaging. This does have parts that are a bit irrelevant just because this is the same instruction booklet that came with the 2-pack version. And you get your standard issue adjustable cradle stand over here. It says Captain America Stealth Strike Suit over there. And Captain America the Winter Soldier. We got a total of 9 interchangeable hands right over here. We get 4 pairs and the odd one is this pointing finger. So Captain America has his Hulk smash thing going on even though there's no Hulk in this movie, which is cool. I think he directs orders at some point. I mean, he is Captain America. Of all the details in the sculpting over here, you can see the stitching right over there, and the opening and the stitching around the knuckle areas. The finger looks pretty good, very realistic. You get these fisted hands, which are pretty cool too. And I see these as a shield strap holding hands, or it could be the relaxed hands, kinda. These are a shield edge grip holding hands, you know, like that dramatic pose, which is difficult for me to get him in with these hands over here, because he doesn't really hold the shield very well with these. And he comes with a wide open palm hands. And you also get a set of extra wrist pegs in case you break those. One of my biggest complaints with this figure is this whole cuff right over here. So now it didn't come like this, but because the wrists have this little piece right over here on the glove that comes all the way down, it just plugging this in sometimes just leads to this piece rubbing against over here, and you have a lot of friction going on, and sometimes, you know, it moves off to the side, and pegging these in can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. And you can see how this is just running into that. One thing you can do is pull this down first, but then eventually it's going to bunch into there, and that friction is going to still be there. And you can see it on the right side over here too, that kind of. He comes with this little handcuff too, and it just opens up like that, so you just wrap it around his wrist, put it around the wrist right over here, and you can see how it just pegs into itself, and that looks pretty good, not too shabby. You can see the little stringies. Now here's the shield, which I think is awesome. I love that it's made out of actual metal this time. You can hear it hit my ring. Did I just ding it? It warns you not to chip the paint on this, so even though it's made out of metal, you can still ruin the paint. I really love the paint on this. You can see the overspray right here. See that gradient over here, it just looks so cool. And looking at the other side of the shield, it's just a flat metal silver color, you know, but we have the straps over here once again. Pretty much same thing that we got with the first Avenger Captain America figure. A different color right here on the straps and everything, but this is all sculpted very nicely. Now to attach him to his wrist, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to unlock this little piece right here that kind of, you know, just attaches like a regular clip on the 2 sides right there. I don't like doing that. From my personal experience, dealing with the Hot Toys Captain America shield, not fun. So what I like to do is I just weave one hand right in there, and then I get the second strap and I just, you know, take the thin section and just get that between his thumb and his finger, and there he goes. Now he's holding it, and that just works out best for me. I like this the most. It's the easiest way to get him to hold the shield. Now the figure also comes with this little tool right over here, and you also get the clip that helps attach to his back. Now what you want is you want the straps to the longer side right here, so the part that does not have that clip, You want to turn it around like this, and you want to get that little plastic piece hooked underneath so it's going against the metal and that second strap right over there. So what I like to do is I like to use this plastic piece over here, and I'll wedge that in there to get a little bit of a space. Then you take the wider side of this clip and you just try to shimmy it up through there, and as you're doing it you can take this piece out, and then there it goes, and now it's got both of these straps attached to it. And then you get to, oh, he's sleeping. Well, you take Captain America and you have him tilt downward, and it is really tricky to see, but you're going to hook this right through this metal piece over here. And let's see if we can do it. There it goes. Now we can get him standing up, and you can see it holds securely to his back over here. And you can shake it around. It's not going to fall off. You know, it's pretty sturdy. So first thing I noticed when I opened this figure was, yeah, scuffage right over there, right next to the A. Big bummer, man. I was so pissed off. But then I realized later on that there's a bunch of those similar scuffs right here on the back of his head, too. So I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. I'm going to say it's supposed to be there. I kind of hope it's supposed to be there. But other than that, I really like this head sculpt, and I love the paint a lot. I think it looks really, really cool, man. That is pretty awesome. Get some nice color variation right here in the blues. It kind of gets darker and lighter in sections. And I think this really does have the likeness of Chris Evans. This chin strap right here is pretty awesome. I like that tan color. It looks very realistic. Coming around the other side, you can see a little bit of facial hair right there. And there's just a lot of nice sculpted details right here in the helmet on this guy. It's really cool. You can see right here the hair coming down right there. The top of the helmet has actually some nice sculpting too. It looks like he's got old school Steve Rogers chest. He has no chest muscles. It's supposed to be Captain America, man. What the hell? It's supposed to be buffed. It's supposed to be yoked. It's supposed to make the ladies go, oh, yeah, I want one. But no ladies are making no sounds. So this metallic silver right here came out really nice. I dig this a lot right here. And these little sections right here are pretty cool too. It's a very padded figure. I think Hot Toys needs to get a new buck. I feel like they're reusing the same old buck, like for the same one they used for regular Bruce Banner, adding padding to this guy right over here. I don't know. But anyway, you can see little stringies right here, the fabric coming apart. And that bothers me a little bit, but not the worst in the world. You can see it says Rogers right over there, and we do get that American flag. And you can see the padding right here, this elbow pad. It seems to hold up okay. I've been kind of worried about this popping off. Same thing with the knee section, but it's kind of holding on tight. But I really like how this blue is. This really nice navy blue sheen is very cool. I like how it reflects light, and it just looks pretty nice to me. I don't know, I'm digging it. And the straps right here on the shoulders, they have a lot of nice detail. You can see there's color variation right over there. You get a shield logo on his right side. Then on the back right here, you can see this strap again. A lot of nice details over here, and it looks like it has some black paint over this blue part too, which is really cool. And this belt is pretty cool. You got all these pouches over here. I'm not going to try to remove any of those pouches. And again, you can see color variation. Looking very realistic, especially at the bottom parts over here. You can detach this by pulling this apart. I'm not going to try to do that. I don't want to risk breaking it. And he does have a zipper. I guess you could take his clothes off if you really want to, but I'm not going to try. And again, these pants are really, really poofy, man. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's just really big poofy pants over here. One of my favorite parts of the figure are these boots. I really like this glossy black paint over here. These buckles look really nice, and the boots have some nice wear right there around the tips. They're very realistic looking. I really like them a lot. And these are kind of detached, you know, kind of like the Commander Steve Rogers kind of way, which I think is really cool because it allows for a lot of ankle movement over here. And you can see some nice detailed paint even at the bottom of the boots. Now, to my surprise, I actually really like the articulation on this figure. His head can actually move up quite a bit, and he just has one neck joint over there, so you can remove it at the neck and get the Steve Rogers head on there. So you can make him move up that much at the neck, and he can look down very far. You get some neck pivot over here, and it does rotate side to side. You get shoulders that move outward that much, not all the way up, and it gets tricky, but you can get his arms to move forward. So he can move forward that much. It's not terrible. Unfortunately, you can't move the arms down any more than this right here, though. You get rotation right here at the bicep. You can get him to bend at the elbow at about 90 degrees, and he can rotate at the elbow a little bit. Again, you're going to want to be careful the way you do this. He has wrist articulation that moves side to side, and it does hinge up and down. The diaphragm joint isn't really there. He has he has an ab crunch, but it's kind of weird. So he can bend over, and there's his chones. Oh my god, I just pantsed Captain America. Okay, so without him getting totally pantsed, he can crunch forward that much, and he can bend backwards that much, and he does have some pivot right there in the torso, and he can rotate side to side right here a bit. And as you can see, as I'm doing it, you know, it kind of gets a little weird right here at the waist. His legs can move outward pretty far, that much, and he can kick forward quite a bit. Leg doesn't really move back too much. You do get some upper thigh swivel over here Double jointed knees. Again, I'd be careful with this piece, try to adjust it, but it looks like it's not popping off or anything. And then the ankle articulation is great. The ankles move all the way down, they move all the way up, rotate side to side, and a gorgeous ankle pivot. So even though this guy is really bulky and kind of strange looking, posing him around is actually pretty fun. It really does make me like the figure, and of course you can move this belt around to your liking. It's not attached to anything. This being a 1/6 scale figure, Captain America stands at about 13 inches tall. And here's Hot Toys Stealth Strike Captain America compared to the first Avenger Captain America. I think Sean Long, and you can see this guy stands much taller than the first Avenger Cap. Here's Cap compared to the Hot Toys Diecast Mark 42 figure, and they stand at about the same height, which is really making me think that this Cap might be a little too tall. And here's Stealth Cap compared to the Hot Toys Winter Soldier and the Hot Toys Winter Soldier Black Widow figure. And you can see how Cap stands a bit taller than Winter Soldier over here, again making me feel like this may be a little too tall. If I'm not mistaken, I think these guys are supposed to be about the same exact height. Here's a Marvel Legends version and the Marvel Select versions of the Stealth Strike Captain America. And lastly, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So here's Cap in a bit of a dynamic pose, and I think it's really cool that you can actually even have him set up like this. The articulation on the figure is actually pretty good. I do like it, and whether I can recommend this figure or not, it really just depends on how much you prefer aesthetics over articulation. Of course, as I'm bending the joints around a lot on the figure, I am seeing tiny little bits of threading getting a little scraggly on me, but for me it doesn't really bother me so much. I still think it looks really cool. I'm stoked I'm able to pose the figure around, and overall I think it's a pretty decent figure. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the figure, let me know what you think of the review, subscribe, and check out MarvelousNews.com for a photo gallery of images and the latest Marvel related news, and check out the Shartimus Wang channel for the daily vlog. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Especially when you get that Hey, don't be a pinche hoto, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button already if you haven't. Go watch one of the videos below.